Hi, welcome to this concluding episode in this mini-series called Peace. Real creative title, big subject though. Along the way, we have been building on some ideas. So let me follow again for you the theological order of events that have taken place in this series. We discovered that peace comes from God, which makes it possible for us to have peace with God. And if that happens and we have peace with God, then and only then is it possible for us to experience the peace of God. And that's what we want. We want to live our lives experiencing the peace of God. The peace of God is mentioned twice in the New Testament, both times referring to the heart and mind of man. In Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7, we're encouraged to replace anxiety with peace by committing all of our concerns to Jesus, letting peace be a guard against our worries. In the book of Colossians, chapter 3:15, it encourages us to let peace be the dominant emotions in the way that we relate to other people. In other words, we need to relate to one another in peace. If you take those two thoughts and think about where peace comes from and what it takes for us to get it, if it comes from God and you can have it when you begin following Jesus, then dealing with one another in peace becomes important. And the peace that we can experience in our lives that enables us to do this comes only from God. It's the peace of God working in our lives. I know that sounds confusing, but when you have the peace of God in your life, it changes every dynamic of every relationship you have. It changes the way that you face the news each day when you get up. It changes the way that you face the job that you're going into each day. It changes the way that you're going to process and filter life as it unfolds around you. Why? Because you are at peace and you have peace of God. Times Square is a 5-block intersection of commerce, entertainment, and tourism in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. There are countless digital billboards that line Broadway, 7th Avenue, 42nd Street. If you would take a look at those billboards, every once in a while, there's some Christian organization that will rent those billboards, and all of a sudden they put their billboard up and it becomes the talk of Broadway, if you will. It becomes the talk of New York because all of a sudden there's this religious messaging that's taking place in the city. To be honest with you, hack some people off. Why? Because they don't have peace. And if they don't have peace, they don't like hearing a message of peace. For others, it's a welcome encouragement in the midst of what are crazy times. One particular year, not too long ago, one digital billboard read out, and it strung out a long string of words where it said, "No God, N-O God, no peace, N-O peace." You know what comes next. No God, K-N-O God, K-N-O peace. No God, no peace. Simple message. Yet when you take the time to read it, it explains everything we've been talking about in this series. If you take God out of the equation, peace is impossible. Put God into the equation, put God into your life, the peace of God becomes the way that you can function each day, and you will face the world differently because of it. Thanks for joining me in this little mini-series, this quick, brief look at peace. Hopefully you are at peace, and if not, it can be discovered through the commitment you make to Jesus by believing, trusting, and following Him. I look forward to joining you next time.